From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
It's Wednesday, May 30th, 2018, and it's the Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and here with me in our Orlando studios, Eddie Big Cat Koffoltz.
So blessed. Here.
Over there, on the ones and twos,
That's where I'm at.
our illustrious producer, my brother, Chandler Strang.
Hello.
On the Skype line from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello, Eddie. Too blessed to be stressed, even though I am stressed, but I am too blessed. Technically, I should be too blessed to be stressed. I don't know. It's not working.
What people don't know. Well, hold on.
And all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, author, speaker, podcaster, our newest cast member, Annie F. Downs.
Good morning, gents.
Jesse, why are you stressed?
Oh, just
Jesse's always stressed.
Hey, there's just a lot going on. Everything's positive, just a lot going on. A lot of balls in the air. But good thing I am a professional juggler at these type of things.
I've never had a friend live in such a perpetual state of stress.
I think,
except Jesse.
it's particularly podcast days. Particularly podcast days. Because here's the thing. I always get too ambitious. I'm like, the podcast. Oh. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, we saw something bang or something move.
My table, the leg literally just fell off the table I'm sitting at and banged into the wall. Hold on, let me try to remedy this.
That, sir, is a metaphor.
Yeah, exactly. Not a good sign.
We never talk about the fact that in Jesse's home, there's like a little sign in the back that says, and they lived happily ever after.
Because he's taping, he moves around all the time.
But I like to be in here when I record because I'm really close to the router. And I can
so he's in the
hardwire in.
He's in the master bedroom. It's glamorous. We have this beautiful studio in Orlando. He's in a corner of his master bedroom, but our view is of the beautiful, lovely sign above the marital bed, and it says in script.
Hey, I have.
And they
here's
lived
the thing.
happily ever after.
I have like a really cool office like upstairs, and I have a really cool a piece of sports memorabilia that I recently purchased. That I have like hanging, and it's just an awesome setup, but. My cable, my network cable from my modem, it barely even reaches that room entirely. So I just compromise and record from here.
I have wondered for a few weeks, because you've been in there for a few weeks, and I have wondered, does Jesse's wife have that art hanging in his office? That you lived happily ever after in your office?
Yeah. That you have agreed to a covenant relationship. Yeah. And you are not allowed to leave her for Relevant.
No, you know what? That sign was actually sent to me from Relevant, and they said, remind yourself of this whenever you record. They lived happily ever after. So,
because we don't want to be responsible for whatever happens to you, Jess.
We have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later, we talk to author Austin Channing Brown.
Yes.
She's coming up.
I am almost done with her new book. It is.
That's what we talked to her about.
Yeah.
It is.
Eddie, give it a 1-sentence review of what you read so far.
Boy, that is hard. That is almost impossible to do, but it is her experience growing up as an African-American woman, and it's a perspective that I have never
identify with.
It's just like a really eye-opening book. It was
a couple things. That's more than in a sentence, and two, that's more of a summarization of the book, not a review. I didn't ask you to tell me what it's about. I said, give me a review. You could have said, like on a movie poster, riveting. Everyone should read the best book of the year. That's a review, Eddie. You botched that in many ways.
Right, I know. But to be honest, it's hard because the book, I kind of.
So many sentences.
Forget it.
Andy, have you not seen a movie poster? Think of a movie poster. It's a word or 3 words with quotes around them. Let's try again. Austin Channing Brown.
Have not read the book. Jesse hasn't read the book. That's what I'm going to say.
No, that's not a review still.
It is not possible to give a summary little review of this. Sorry, Jesse.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Have you read it?
No, but everything can be summarized. I have it. I just it's next.
We don't want a summary. He wanted a review.
Yeah. He could have just said moving, in quote. Perfect review. Perfect review.
Moving.
Thought-provoking.
That's why people come to Relevant.
You should have said worth the
reviews.
read. And the's 3 words that we would have known. Worth the read.
Read it now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I need. By the way, do you guys ever think they make up those quotes on the movie poster? They can't. They're attributed. Yeah, some of them are, but even if they attributed, who's checking that? Who's sourcing it? That like they could say this is, Stan Jenkins from the Toledo Daily Beacon. I don't know if Stan Jenkins is real, and I don't know if the Toledo even has a Daily Beacon.
The Toledo Daily Beacon would not stand for misuse of their brand. It would be false advertising. They're not faking it. What they're doing is they're coercing it. They're doing like payola trips of media to get sneak previews, and they're flying them around and whining and dining them, and then they get their pithy little movie line. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I've done junkets like that in the past, and it didn't buy my support.
Absolutely not.
I will, nothing like you could treat me like $1 million, and if I don't like the movie, I'm not going to give you.
I gave one studio a line. It's my line for it was the trip was lovely. And then they didn't use it. But.
Yeah, the Beverly Hills Ritz-Carlton is lived up to the hype.
So they fly you. My only experience with this has been with the movie in Nashville. So I've never been flown anywhere to see a movie and then write a review. They fly you somewhere?
So I've been flown to on location while they've been shooting. I've been internationally. I've been flown to Beverly Hills, put up at the Ritz-Carlton, you go to the studio, you're spending time with the cast, you see the screening, nice meals, it's all comped. Yeah,
Cameron,
absolutely.
you are so bougie. I had no idea.
Yeah, that's the inside thing. And we're not bought. I mean, it literally, and we only accept if they know this will not affect coverage. But yes, we would like the chance to talk with the cast or see the screening, of course, but it will not affect our coverage. Like the Toledo Daily Herald, they're bought all day long.
It's a beacon. It's
a beacon. The beacon, yeah.
Either way.
I don't care. I mean, who cares? If you in some Christian movie on it, sure, fly me anywhere. Do whatever you want. I'll write what you want.
Eddie Koffoltz from EddieKoffoltz.biz says, lovely.
.biz.
So he does a 17-sentence summary of the movie. That's his blurb.
Right.
Yeah. This is literally just the plot. Can you give us any kind of indication whether it was good?
Yeah. Once you read this book, which you probably won't do, you're going to understand why I cannot give it a one-word summary.
Wow, that's so rude.
Okay. I was talking to Jesse, but if you want to make it about you, we can do that as well. Go ahead.
I think she's just saying in general.
Yeah,
let's make it about Annie.
Everyone listening in general. I didn't know you were pointing right at Jesse.
No, it was directly at Jesse.
You guys are punchy today. Are you? Did you guys not have a Memorial Day?
Why did Eddie come in all salty today?
You came in salty. You're all coming in hot. Were your Memorial Day weekends not okay? I mean, did y'all have fun? Did you relax?
Oh, I didn't like it. No, I thought it was terrible 3 days.
Why?
There we go. Here we go.
Just too much stuff. And then I have
too much stuff? What do you mean?
I'm not going to get into everything we did, but it was just like, I'm just tired. And then we got like a lot. This is the busiest 2 weeks of the whole work year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I won't get into the boring details of why, but it is never busier than these 2 weeks. But also, I'm just not going to give a little, I'm not going to play Jesse's dumb games. Even if I was in a good mood, I would have said the same exact thing.
So you're not in a good mood?
Oh, no, I'm in a terrible place.
So we're going to get edgy Eddie today.
I love when this is the Eddie that shows up.
I'm terrible. Oh, terrible.
I noticed, like, since I've walked into the studio, Eddie did not make eye contact with me once.
Or anyone. It's not just you. I'm just, I'm deep in it.
He's already snapped at Chandler for off mic for some. Eddie, okay. Guys, I feel like I'm having a hard time moving on from this because I feel like Annie and I are in perfectly fine, pleasant moods. You know, we're bantering already.
I wouldn't say that.
We're bantering already, and Annie.
We checked in with how each other's weekends went.
Yeah. I told her of all the shenanigans. Eddie's coming in like Walter Matthau from either Grumpy Old Men or from Dennis the Menace. Either way, there's something bothering him.
That is sort of his go-to character, isn't it? I didn't realize he was so
curmudgeon,
salty in every movie.
Yeah, curmudgeon.
Yeah. That's too bad.
And Eddie, what's got you? What's got y'all?
What's the root of all this, buddy?
Yeah. Oh boy, we really are not going to do this on this show. Like absolutely not. But here's a little softball part of it. Just didn't sleep last night. Just did not. I'm a little cranky because I did not get enough sleep. So that's like the outside layer of the onion. Then when you
what's your normal amount of sleep?
17 hours. It's a total depression. It's just, I sit there.
What you don't know, Eddie and also sloths sleep 17 hours a day.
Sleep and cry and sleep and cry, and the kids want me up, and I just can't do it. No, I don't know. Like 6 hours. 6-7 hours, I'm good.
Is normal. And last night you got...
last night we went to bed. Are we really doing this? Yeah. Well, I guess we talked about Jesse's wireless setup, so this is just as interesting. Went to bed at 11, woke up at 3.
3? You've been up since 3?
I've been up since 3. Just a stomach and mind turning, a lot going on. That's
ground punching territory, am I right?
I am not doing okay.
Oh, buddy, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, we'll be fine. Well, we'll be fine. We'll go to the gym tonight. We do the things, to bring us out of it.
But Eddie, when you say stomach churning, are you having a digestive issue? I don't mean to cry, but is this food related?
We had our annual Memorial Day cottage cheese challenge, and as always, I am extremely sick.
It's really fouled up my mood in a lot of ways.
Absolutely. It's every night of Memorial Day. I am just, I am wrecking. I don't want to do this joke.
A tradition that refuses to die. And the cottage cheese, as the weekend goes on, it's been sitting out in the sun just longer and longer.
Because you put it out when the guests come over at 4, and then you finally get around to the challenge at 7:30. You've been swimming in the pool. It's a mess. So
I don't know why we don't get a cooler for the stuff. We just it always sits right out there, right in the sun. Forget. No lid.
Just a large bowl of warm 2% cottage cheese.
Oh.
Anyhow, that's probably the baseline of why things aren't okay right now. But we'll be all right. Okay. I'm excited about Austin Channing and her book that I can't summarize.
No,
no one asked you to.
We know the summary.
Again,
we need an adjective. Think adjective. Think one adjective.
Describe how you felt about the book.
I don't want to. It can be
an adverb. It can be an adverb. Just some descriptor.
Something with an ly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, ly.
What can I? I cried. That's not. Is that enough?
Oh, that's good. That's a movie poster. Yeah. I cried.
Eddie Koppel's.
It tells me nothing about the book other than there's some emotional element.
Was Old Man in the Sea, and that was like 14 years ago, I think, when I read that the last time. But no, this book was.
I cried watching Chris Lee Knows Best on.
What?
Yesterday. Literally yesterday, I teared up watching Chris Lee Knows Best. It was when his son was graduating high school, and he took him aside and kind of had a dad moment, was talking about all the years of, kind of pouring into him, and he's proud of him. And it was just a dad moment. I just choked up watching stupid Chris Lee Knows Best marathon yesterday.
Well, it's beautiful.
Can I ask a question about Chris Lee Knows Best? And I've never watched it, but I've always been perplexed by it, just his existence. Who is Chris Lee, and why did they give him a TV show? Like, should I know? Like, when the marketing campaign rolled out, it's like, oh, it's Chris Lee. Everyone should know Chris Lee. And it's like, I don't know where Chris Lee came from.
Todd Chrisley was a lower income, lower socioeconomic status guy, grew up in a small town, South Carolina, moved to Atlanta, made his name in real estate, became very, very, very wealthy, became an entrepreneur, and his kids, he's just an over the top personality and stuff. And he's got these this Southern family raising the kids, but in this bougie lifestyle. It's almost like the Beverly Hillbillies, but real life,
And they live here now. They're not in Atlanta anymore. They're here.
They moved to Nashville because the daughter goes to Lipscomb University, and they moved the whole family and moved the show. So,
but here's my question: did you know Chris Lee before he got the show? Like, why are we on such a familiar basis with Chris Lee?
It's a Jason Kennedy show, right?
No, I don't think so.
Is it not?
It's on E!
Maybe they're just friends.
But it's just like any of the Real Housewives. I mean, they were just,
but
people who had an agent.
The concept isn't his name. It's like the Kardashians. Right. It's like everyone knew the Kardashians because of Robert Kardashian, right? But it's like I should know Chris Lee. It's like the Cecil the Lion thing. I didn't know. I'd never heard Cecil the Lion. And everyone act like I should have been outraged about. I'm not happy. I wasn't happy about Cecil the Lion, but I didn't know anything about. Same thing with Harambe. It was like, no, Harambe, not Harambe. I didn't know Harambe until.
I need you to give some human examples, Jesse.
But to Jesse's point, and I hate to agree with him, but name another animal you know the name of, other than your dog and your friend's dog.
Leo the lion, the mascot of MGM Studios from the 1950s.
Dead. I mean, a living animal. Can you just say in Africa, I really care about this lion? I mean, they probably all have names.
But say this now replace living lion with real estate agent. I don't know and I don't care. I can tell you I saw the guy who sold me my house, and if he just showed up on a TV show that they're using his name and just presuming people know him, not only that they know him, but he knows best, I am skeptical. I am skeptical of the whole Chrisley institution.
I'm with you.
Well, there you go. Well, I watched
I like
that.
them. They're here. They own a juice bar here.
They do.
So you
That was
see them.
one of the episodes.
Yeah, and his face there's a cutout of his face in the window to the kitchen. So you always are like, oh, Todd Chrisley. And it's not. It's just a picture of his face.
Oh my gosh.
Who?
I got to be honest, I would not be that excited if I saw him. I would be like, this is a guy that thinks I should know him. And I
And a
refuse
real
to.
estate mogul, Todd Chrisley. In the kitchen of the juice bar.
Yeah, well,
I've never heard of this before.
All the kids work there. You see it on the show, don't you? Cameron,
You're
have you seen
like,
it?
what are you talking about? I thought you were talking about a movie or something
No,
like that.
Chrisley knows best. It's an E show.
I mean, I've figured that out at this point. I've Googled them now. So.
Context clues.
so good content right there.
So you're saying I should watch
It's very funny. I'm with you, Cam.
Jesse, are you still training for Hood to Coast?
Yeah, I mean, I ran
That was
this
soft.
weekend. I'm not on a program. I'm not. You know me.
That's
I
a
don't believe.
ridiculous question, Cameron. You absolutely should both still be training.
I don't
still
believe
doing
in
that?
regimented programs. I let my body tell me how far I'm running that day. So I am, but not on some program.
Jesse.
How's your training going?
I have the sheet, the 6 day a week sheet on the fridge, and I literally take a marker and check off every day, just almost like advent calendar, just
Are
like
you on?
accountability.
Are you on track?
Whether you've done it or not.
Yeah.
Oh, that
no,
you've
no,
done
no,
it.
no, that I have done it. And if I didn't, I'm honest with myself.
Yeah.
There was last Tuesday I missed, and it's empty, and
It's
it
empty.
haunts me.
Haunts you.
Yeah, I'm on track. I ran last night, and I messed my knee up a little bit. I'm in pain today, but
Uh-oh.
it was the longest run yet. It was like 50 minutes, and it was too hard.
Do you have good running shoes?
Yeah.
You like have.
That's impressive.
But
Because
I literally
50
went from like
minutes.
0 to 100 on this. Like I'd never run longer
Did you
than
stretch
the
this
block.
time?
No, I understand, but have you
I
asked
did.
anybody to
Not
look at
stretching,
your analyze your feet?
I'm going to give it a month. I bought some really nice Nike running ones, like high end
Yeah, yeah.
Nike running ones. And then I'm going to give it a month. I don't want to go into like those specialty stores like Track Shack. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what my stride is.
Yes.
I wanted to get to the point where I knew my stride before they
But they will
sized
be
me.
very helpful.
Yeah.
That will be a big deal.
But last night was the first time I really experienced actual pain. Like, oh, my joints were not ready for this. And so I'm limping this morning, but
Do you have any of those compression like sleeves or anything? Or like, I'm sure they make them for your knees.
literally got back last night and got on the internet and
Yeah.
ordered all the patella support bands and all that junk because I'm going to be that guy.
Yeah,
My left
I
knee,
mean,
man.
See, the
joke.
only thing I do, because I think it's a lot like like Valentine's Day. All this gear stuff is just perpetuated by the running industry. Just you only put 250 miles on those shoes. You got to buy another $200 pair, right?
He's wearing
the
Carter
only thing I
shorts and
do
a pair of
that I know
Converse.
works. That I know works is that tape that the volleyball players wear. I tape every inch of skin in that weird tape. I don't know what it's doing, but I'm all tape. I look like a mummy coming down the road with just that tape. Just tape. I haven't even read what benefit it's supposed to do. But if there's professional volleyball players wearing it, they're on to something. I mean,
They really are
Why
into
not
that.
tape myself?
What is it about volleyball that necessitates that much tape?
I think it's the joint movement thing, the shoulders
It's the joint,
and
yeah.
whatever, and it's
But, like,
support.
But it's not like
all
it's
the
not
jumping.
But it's not braces. It's just like three random pieces. Like they're always like it's like
Yeah,
a
I don't
random V
understand.
with a line through it. Like what is
Yeah.
that doing? You know?
I wonder why volleyball more so than I feel like I don't see it as much in other sports. but-
Basketball, they do it. They take.
Do they? They do weird taping in basketball?
especially on the legs, but also the shoulders and stuff. You'll see
But
some
Cameron,
guys.
are you with me that there's no way that does anything? That
I don't know. Like I've never experienced it, so I don't know what it's doing. You know, I don't
It's
know.
not taping anything. It's just a random piece. It's a random tape on your skin in a shape. That's not. It's not going around a muscle. It's not like suspending or like supporting anything. It just tape shapes. I refuse to think that tape shapes do anything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Just so everybody knows that I am committed to this. I am if my body will let me. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
nobody thinks you're not. I believe you.
I'm doing it. Just because you guys don't believe in me, that's why I'm doing it. Like, the fear
You
of
always say that. I think you, in your mind, think we don't believe in you, or that's the motivation you need. No
you
one
just
doesn't
need to
believe in
have
you. We're
that.
concerned about your health.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I don't believe
But
you.
the reason why I'm doing it
where it's coming from.
is running with Team World Vision. We're trying to raise money for clean water in South Sudan. So
I believe in.
I am trying to raise $10,000 personally. I want you podcast listeners to support it. I'm going to post a link or something here soon on social media where people can donate and like kind of help me make this worth it, because it is not enjoyable right now. But if we can build a bunch of wells in South Sudan, I'm in.
I'm going to do the same. And here's the challenge I want to throw out to listeners. Whoever you believe in more, donate to that page. Whoever you feel like has a higher likelihood. Remember, I'm going to be all taped up. But when you're making your decision, it's a matter of belief. And who are you going to believe? A guy who is covered in tape and believes in the power of the mind, or the guy who's looking for the next CVS? That's all I'm saying.
I know.
Go with
the guy who's never done this before, who's 30 pounds overweight and is jogging to CVS's halfway through his run. Yeah,
there's no shame in
well.
the CVS. Actually,
I got to tell you though, between the two of you, I'd still bet on the Cameron horse, because I think you have a little bit more like understandable like fear about this is
serious.
This is a thing. I think Jesse is still going to wear, I mean, I said it before, but like Converse shoes and Kurgo shorts
Oh my gosh,
and just get out there and be like, hey.
No, listen, we were in Montana and he's just like casually like, hey, Brent, you want to run 7 miles this morning? Sure. 5 miles felt great yesterday. I'm like going, that would take me a week of psychological like build up to be able to even think about doing that.
here's the thing. Whenever I do organized races, I don't believe in pacing yourself. I believe you full sprint for as long as you can.
There's just a real,
and you just come screaming out of the starting line.
A real lack of practical knowledge accompanied with the Jesse horse. Like, it's just like a really athletic, good person that is very, very dumb about certain things.
I think you're wrong, because I think Cameron is going to be real reliable. I think Cameron's going to be the horse you're cheering on for the first time he has to run. I think the concern is that he has to do it again at 3 a.m. up a mountain for another 7 miles. And he had just done it 2 hours before.
Yeah, that's the concern. I mean, the good thing is I got the legs. I saw the legs, and it's kind of 3.5, 4.5. I mean, it's doable chunks, but it is, you're right. I mean, you jump in the van and then, an hour and a half, 2 hours later, you got to jump out and do it again. I'm wondering though, is like maybe because your body's warmed up, maybe it's actually not as bad as even the first leg. I'm wondering if the second time doing it is, which is something that comes in the training, like doing interval like that, like kind of prepping for the pace of it.
Plus, I feel
That's
like they're going to be,
too, Jesse.
because this isn't a brand new race. Like, they're really wise about recovery. Like, whatever you do in that hour and a half, is going to be really helpful to get you to the next.
No, they aren't. They don't care about the people. They set the race and gave them a schedule to train. They don't care. They put them in a van and the van keeps driving.
No, but that van's going to have like the right kinds of foods and things to eat in it. It's not just going to be.
They have to bring them.
The hours between your legs are for one thing, and that's reapplying tape liberally. I don't want to see it.
all over the place.
Yeah, there's not going to be 1 inch of flesh. It's time to just be fully taped, fully taped.
So y'all just be saving your pennies now, and Jesse and I will be asking you for donations for clean water in South Sudan here in the next couple of months over the course of the summer. Help us raise $10,000 each for World Vision to do some clean water projects. It's a worthwhile cause. Yeah. We actually have another friend who's joined the team as well, Brent Ryan Green, who's a filmmaker and lives in. Oh no, he's on our Montana trip. He was Jesse's running buddy.
Yeah,
he runs marathons,
but he runs
stuff.
cross country like all the time.
So he doesn't have to train really. He just does what he normally does.
Yeah, he's like between now and Hood to Coast, to ramp up to Hood to Coast, he's running like 3 other races. So it's like great.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to be limping around my neighborhood trying to get to the CVS, dragging my left foot, Yeah.
Hood to Coast is literally just a heat check for Brent. Like, I've already done 4 races. Might as well do this all night one.
But between the three of us, $30,000 hopefully or more for South Sudan Clean Water Project. So
that's pretty cool.
It's going to make a difference. All right, we'll move the show along. It is time for our look back at what happened this week in culture and entertainment. It's time for In Case You Missed It. Hey, in case you missed it, this week, Bill Gates recommended people read a book about Christianity and the idea of healing. The tech billionaire has added the memoir Everything Happens for a Reason and Other Lies I've Loved by Duke Divinity professor Kate Bowler to his summer recommended reading list. The book was endorsed by a number of high-profile Christian writers like Shauna Niequist, who's a friend of ours. So Kate Bowler is also the author of the book Blessed, A History of the American Prosperity Gospel. The memoir shares her journey of wrestling with her Christian faith while battling stage 4 colon cancer. Throughout the book, she delves into the idea that God rewards the faithful with health and wealth. Gates grew up being taught prosperity teachings and wrote that the book really resonated with him. As Gates previously explained in his blog, he said, "All 4 of my grandparents were deeply devout members of a Christian sect that believed that if you got sick, it must be because you did something to deserve it. When one of my grandfathers became seriously ill, he struggled to figure out what he might have done wrong. He couldn't think of anything, so he blamed his wife. He died thinking she had caused his illness by committing some unknown sin."
Well,
Man.
Wow.
tell me he's wrong. Who knows? He's a mysterious
Salty
guy.
Eddie point of view.
Hey, in fairness, we know nothing about Bill Gates' grandmother here.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Well,
We know in part, we see in part. Right?
Yeah, that's right. Anyway,
it is crazy how, like, just like a warped teaching, like, because obviously that's all in jest, and the heresies on Eddie's part there, because he first made the joke. But it is.
Who are you saying
like
that? Are you saying that to the Lord? I mean, who are you trying to clear the slate with there?
yeah, because I'm not clearing you. You're still a part of it. Nobody on the podcast who's listening is clearing you.
I need to be on record for the Day of Judgment. Mainly, the reason I wanted to throw that out there is because I don't want me or my wife to get sick, and and if that's true, then I got to go on record and point the sin at somebody else. That's how this works. If I'm reading scripture right.
If I'm reading scripture right.
Don't you wonder how does Bill Gates get Kate Bowler's book? Like, what path happened? Because that is not like in your, because you bought this, you should also buy this list on Amazon for Bill Gates, right?
Yeah. That's interesting.
Well,
I think it's so interesting.
I think partly it's because he, because of obviously like one warped teaching from his childhood has had kind of a lifelong fascination with the idea of healing, and so obviously, she's a, relatively well-known and credible author. So that might be why he gravitated to it. But it is funny. Like, I remember, I think it was like Shea Serrano of like The Ringer, his like the trajectory of his career change when like he made Obama's 5 best books of the year book, because it was a book about basketball and Obama happens to like basketball. But now that's literally changed his career just because Obama stumbled on his book,
The answer to your question, though, Annie, is that he did a Bing search and found it.
That's exactly right.
That's how he found the book. Books I should be reading. And there it was. He just knew.
Yeah, and Kate Bowler was very savvy. She didn't do like the Google SEO campaign. She didn't do Facebook ads.
all Bing.
She put all the money in Bing. All the money in Bing.
Shoved it in the
Paid
middle.
off.
I'm going to do
Girl.
$85 and get literally the highest paid advertising Bing has ever seen.
That's the most money anyone's ever paid for a Bing campaign.
Bing couldn't even believe it. They just renamed the browser the Kate. And here, go ahead.
It didn't matter what you searched for 1 week. All that would come up is Kate Bowler's new book on Bing. It didn't matter what you searched.
Right.
Teach us
All
your ways,
results for
Kate
that
Bowler.
book.
Right.
Yeah,
That's right.
and it costs her $73 to do.
Bath and Beyond coupons, Kate Bullard's book. That's what came up every single time.
Hey, in case you missed it, the Gregory Brothers turned an infamous Star Wars line into a banger. The YouTube wizards who've been on this podcast years ago took an infamously awkward line from Attack of the Clones and worked their songify magic. You may remember the revelation that Anakin Skywalker really hates sand.
Oh, that's right.
Now his discussion of it is the soundtrack to your week. Here's a clip.
We used to lie out on the sand and let the sun dry
I don't like
us.
sand. I wish that I could just wish away my feelings, but I can't. I don't like sand. I don't like sand. Sand. That is something I know I cannot do. It's coarse and rough, and here everything is soft and smooth. I wish that I could just wish away my feelings. I wish.
It sounds like
weird.
Chandler.
That is so funny. Hey, whatever happened to the guy that played grown-up Anakin? What? I mean, is he still acting? Is he around?
Is that Hayden Christensen?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that movie was so horribly. I'm surprised anyone in that movie has survived it career wise. Natalie Portman obviously has, but
Yeah.
Hayden
But she was
Christensen
already-
never recovered from it.
Yeah, it was such a strange, bad movie.
She very quickly did Garden State. So, like, thankfully,
Yeah,
it was
like,
like
figured-
indie cred.
Figured it all out. Yeah.
Yeah.
The kid that played Anakin, I don't think he's doing well at all. I think he had like a child stardom thing. Like, I think there's like mugshots of him somewhere. I don't
Really?
I don't remember. I hope it's nothing too like vile and awful.
Wasn't he the heads weigh 8 pounds Jerry Maguire kid?
Yeah, I think they are the same kid. I don't think it's ever been proven.
Man, he has the biggest, weirdest muscles.
He does. That kid is jacked now. The kid from Jerry Maguire
Yeah.
is
What?
jacked, yet his face and head is kind of the
That's
same.
why they're weird. I know.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if you heard this. He had a really good career. Had a solid career path change. He's now the head of sales at Bing. He just landed a big deal. He had a big commission recently. So good for him.
I'm sorry, but as Star Wars songifies go, that one isn't. I mean, that one's not nearly as much of an earworm as the bad lip reading guys.
Mostly what it is was just a reminder of that terrible dialogue.
Yeah.
Like the song was
Yeah.
fine and they
Yeah.
were very good.
I find myself.
I mean, they did what they could with it. You know what I mean? They didn't have a lot to work with.
Right.
I find myself singing "Seagull, Stop It Now" on a regular basis. The bad lip reading Yoda one.
Yeah.
Chandler, can you play a clip of that?
Yeah, sure.
Told me not to stroll on that beach. Said seagulls gonna come. Put me in the coconut.
It is catchy.
And they did. And they did. Had me going like.
Oh yeah. I mean that's just a great song.
Oh my gosh, Cameron's dancing along.
And you really kind of have to see Yoda lip syncing this song.
Oh my goodness,
It's it is way better. You're right.
it's so good. I mean, Cohen and I sing it in the car. It's so great.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw the new Star Wars or the Solo movie, and the whole time,
What'd you
like
think?
as we were leaving the theater, Cohen singing this song, "Seagull, Stop It Now."
What
Okay,
did you
wait,
think
have
of
we even
Solo?
talked about, talk about that. That's my first question.
Solo. It was a lot of fun.
I'm seeing it tonight.
See, that's a review, Eddie. That's a review right
That's
there.
a review.
That was a lot of fun. Perfect. Period.
Cohen's
Cohen's review-
reviewing a Star Wars movie.
Cohen's
Not a
review was
deep-
this.
a book about just race in America.
my
But keep going.
8-year-old's review as we were leaving the theater was, I really liked it. That was super cool. There was a lot of bad words though. And that is a true assessment. It was
Funny.
surprising language for a Star Wars
Surprisingly
movie.
cussy.
I thought that they didn't have language.
That's what Cohen said. That I think this might be the first Star Wars movie that has bad words.
Did they-
and I'm going, you know what? Now that I think about it,
Can I ask, like, on what scale were the bad words? Was it-
PG-13 scale. Like the D's, the S's a little bit.
Oh, wow,
it's,
really?
it's surprising.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah, it was surprising. But because the movie itself is just a fun adventure.
Yeah.
So maybe they wanted to make it more gritty or something, and they did it with
that's-
language because there's not a. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say there's not violence. I mean, it's Star Wars violence,
Yeah.
but I mean,
I asked about that because Eve came up to me the other day and was like, Junie B. Jones, who's a character in our book, said a bad word. And I'm like, really? And I looked at it and the word was hate. I'm like, okay, I got it. It's 6-year-old bad word. Junie shouldn't have said hate, but
Cohen's super sensitive to it. Like
Oh,
there was
yeah.
a Mother's Day card. He was looking at Mother's Day cards, and when it said you're a BA mom, and he's like, Dad. He brought me the card. Like, Dad, they have the A word in this card.
I got to get that for mommy.
and then he told his mom.
That's
about
how
the
I
cards.
signed.
Yeah.
That's
And-
how I sign all correspondence. Though, should I not be doing that?
Yeah.
All your professional emails.
Yeah,
Everybody
that was
thinks
a
it's bachelor
BA
in
interview.
arts.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, Andy Stanley. You are a BA pastor.
He loves it.
Have any of y'all seen the Avengers movie?
No.
I'm not into
No.
No, I mean, I will.
Okay,
I
I'm
just-
not either, Cameron, but thanks to Movie Pass, I was like, I'll go see it with my friends. And it was great. But luckily, we also have our friend Tyler Huckabee as a resource who knows everything about superheroes. It made me like it even more, but I liked it. For not being a superhero fan, it was still a really excellent movie.
Oh, there you go.
I
Well,
thought-
that's also a review.
That's a nice review.
That's a review.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So easy to do for a comic book movie. Not a problem for just white people to review comic books. That is our wheelhouse. That's what we should be reviewing in a pithy
Hey,
way.
Eddie, let me help you out. Moving, powerful, challenging, thought-provoking.
Life-changing.
How problematic are those adjectives to review a book?
It was challenging and life-changing.
Yeah.
Would give it the gravitas you're looking for.
Is it because you're not finished? Maybe it's because you're not finished and you don't know how it ends.
What if the end, it really just falls off at the end?
How it ends?
Yeah.
It's like, oh boy, who wrote that last chapter? Jeez. No,
Man, that happened to me. Well, you can't tell that story. Okay.
What?
I was asked to write an endorsement for a book one time. I read everything but the last 2 chapters. I wrote the endorsement. It was printed in the book. When the book came out, it got major backlash for the last 2 chapters.
No way.
And 3 of us that had endorsed it got some major backlash for endorsing it. And we all
Did
were
the other
texting
people
each
not
other
read
like,
the last two?
crap, did you not read the very last part? I didn't either. So I've never done an endorsement where I didn't read the whole book ever again.
I always wonder about those endorsements, like, because you're sent the whatever early galley of it.
Yeah.
I wonder, if everybody that writes those like 3-sentence like things that go on the book, do they all read every word of the book?
Half
like,
of those
they would.
are about the author. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a famous person, so
Yeah.
I'm saying that this person's important and their ministry and their work is amazing. You'll love this book. You know what I mean?
That's literally how you can tell whether they read the book or
Read the
not.
book or
Here's
not.
insider
Yeah.
baseball. If the endorsement talks about the person, they didn't read the book.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. I've never written an endorsement. I've been asked hundreds of times. And
But
I've never written one.
You really couldn't journalistically.
That's why
Yeah.
I always say no. There are a few books I wish I could, but
Yeah.
it's precedent setting. And if I can't say yes to a couple, if I just say no to all of them.
Yeah, that's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Though I will say Relevant landed a really great book endorsement back in the Relevant Books days when Jason Boyette wrote Pocket Guide to the Apocalypse. Somehow
right.
Jerry Jenkins, who is the co-author of the Left Behind series, and the book was kind of a fun but
spoof.
kind of irreverent look at the apocalypse. He agreed to write the endorsement. I remember I helped out with book marketing at the time, and we got the endorsement back, and we're like, sweet, Jerry Jenkins from Left Behind wrote the endorsement, and the endorsement was one sentence: "This guy is definitely getting left behind," and we put it on the cover. We're like, okay, we're using it. We're using it.
Jerry
Brilliant.
Jenkins.
That is amazing.
Jerry
That's
Jenkins
incredible.
is one of the funniest people. And I was at a Christian industry event 10 years ago, hadn't met him, maybe it was longer than that. And his son and he play poker a lot. And I was like, I'm in. And so we had this pretty great poker game at his hotel room. And I was shocked because first time meeting him, he is the funniest guy and tells the most off-color jokes.
Oh.
And
Does he?
you would not expect that from Jerry B. Jenkins.
Is he still alive, or was it the other?
No, yeah, he's still
Tim
alive.
LaHaye died.
Tim LaHaye.
That's right, his co-author.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm in his hotel room. We're a suite, and we're playing poker. Okay, we're halfway through, and the door knock at the door.
Uh-oh.
And
Nikolai Carpathian.
it's Stephen. It's Stephen Baldwin.
Baldwin.
Of course.
So Stephen Baldwin
What?
comes in. Stephen Baldwin doesn't want to play poker. He doesn't have any. That's sinful, right?
No, yeah.
So what he
For real?
does? Yeah.
Wait. Really?
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
Stephen Baldwin shows up to the
Cameron.
suite.
Stephen
and-
Baldwin's very Christian.
And he he wasn't going to play poker with us, but he just didn't have anything else to do, so he hung out. So he goes and sits on Jerry's bed and just kind of is waiting. We're playing whatever, and he gets bored, so he crawls up and gets under the covers of the bed and just kind of stayed there. And so we're playing poker, and then 10 feet over there in the bed is Stephen Baldwin.
That is.
And Jerry Jenkins is
very
telling
strange.
blue collar jokes, and I'm going, what is my life right now?
That is the weirdest story I've literally ever heard you tell.
Oh, I have
Even
a lot of
weirder than the
stories
rap.
of Christian celebrities like that. Yeah, it's
Hey,
weird.
Stephen
But
Baldwin got under the covers
Under the covers in Jerry Jenkins' sweet bed. Yeah,
with his. Did he take his shoes off?
I don't recall that detail.
It is a minutia question, but a really
very
good one.
important. Yeah.
It is.
I think I remember. No, I think he did because I remember, Cameron. I remember when this happened, and you came back and told us about it. And if I'm correct, Stephen Baldwin had a skateboard with him, even though he's at this point a man in his 40s.
That's right.
And brought the skateboard under the covers with him.
That's right.
So I'm assuming he had the
Are you
shoes on.
serious?
Yeah.
So this was the same. This was the same Christian event or industry conference. I think it was 2005 or so, maybe 4, and we were in the height of Relevant Books. We had a big booth at this trade show, and Dallas Jenkins, the filmmaker, son of Jerry, was doing a project with Stephen Baldwin. And so they came by. They were walking the floor. I think he was doing a signing. He came by our booth, and Dallas introduced me to him. And Stephen Baldwin was at the time doing a big skateboarding youth magazine. Like this was a big thing. Okay.
We have got to get a hold of
No,
that.
this is true.
This is
Okay, so,
insane.
Hold on, I gotta look this up.
so Dallas comes by.
It was
and
fat. It was that magazine was fat.
Stop it.
Guys.
And so I'll never forget this. And this is the early embryonic stages of Relevant. We were really trying. It was like we kind of on this industry event spent a lot of money, pushed all of our chips in. Like this is a make or break summer for us. And they come up and we're really proud of our lineup and what we're launching. And, we worked really hard. And Stephen Baldwin looks at it and he goes, or Dallas goes, hey, tell him about Relevant. So I told him about the magazine we were just launching. And he's like, and what's your circulation? And he goes, I said about 75,000. And Stephen Baldwin to my face goes, I'm gonna have 1 million circulation of our skateboard magazine or whatever it was called.
I think
Fairness, it was a
from what
much
I can
better
tell,
magazine.
it's called Focus.
I think it
Skateboarding
used to be
magazine.
called Live in It.
Living It. It was Living It.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
right. And he looked at me and he goes, we're gonna have 1
course, that's in
million.
your brain.
And I'm like, okay. Well, congratulations. You're a movie star. I don't have that kind of money. I mean, like, what are you trying to prove? And then it was super awkward. And then they left. And then the next time I see him, he's laying in Jerry's bed. It was just a very strange day.
I feel like I used to be into skateboarding, and I'm pretty sure my dad gave me this. It's a video called "Live in It," and it's
yes, he
by
did.
Stephen Baldwin. I'm looking at the cover, and I'm pretty sure I got this when I was like 14.
You sure did.
Oh, yeah.
I remember
that's a
being
fact.
on the music festival circuit at the time, and Stephen Baldwin would do these talks, and I remember going like, I was just out of curiosity, and he was wearing like a really kind of dorky leather jacket and a fedora, and he rode onto the stage in a skateboard and lost all all credibility for me. My only other memory
he
from
rode on the stage on the skateboard.
on the skate,
And
he
he's in his
skateboarded on-
40s.
Yeah. And
I
the camera, my other memory from that is that same year at that large trade show. I think that's where this transpired. I remember I met you guys there, but I had been on the road for like a long time at that point, like promoting Relevant
Was
at
it
various
Denver?
events.
I think it was Denver. Was it Denver?
Yeah, it was in Denver. And I had,
Definitely Denver.
at the time, reasonably long hair and a pretty heavy beard. And we had a
Did
funny
you?
idea.
You used to have long hair, Jesse?
Oh, yeah.
And-
Early 2000s, Jesse had the shaggy, chin length hair.
Jim from The Office.
Yeah.
So we had a funny idea because it was like, hey, you kind of have the Jesus look go around. Why don't we pretend you're Jesus at the trade show and we'll shoot a funny video? So I remember it was like, okay, I'm going to go find the funniest book I can and pretend to be reading it as Jesus. And someone film me as I'm making like funny facial expressions. And I picked up T.D. Jakes' He Motions was the name of the book. It was called He Motions. And I pretended to be Jesus reading He Motions while someone from a distance like filmed me. And then I remember a sales rep came up to me and tried to get me to buy boxes of He Motions. And it just got really awkward and I couldn't go through with it. I just couldn't. Got weird.
Yeah, I think the next year was our last Christian industry trade show. After that,
Yeah.
it was like
I sometimes
this
cannot
isn't our
believe
lane.
the stuff you guys used to do.
Yeah.
Like the idea of you guys going to a Christian trade show.
Yeah. It's the only way to
now.
get your books out at that
I
time.
realize it's just like a different world.
they still exist.
Yeah,
they still
very,
happen.
very, very small versions of them. Yeah.
I go to them
Yes.
and I just write endorsements for anything. I don't care who it
You
is.
don't
but
read
his-
a word of it.
But his endorsements are 4-page long summaries of the book.
Yeah.
He reads the jacket and just restates it.
Yeah. This is a book about, and then in quotes, I do that. Eddie
But no
Kaufholz.
opinions.
I agree with every single word of this book.
Eddie Kaufholz Stuff Biz.
Yeah.
This is a
IJM
factual
and
assessment
Relevant.
of the contents. Yeah.
IJM and Relevant stand behind this book fully. Eddie Kaufholz.
All right. Hey, in case you missed it, this week, Carl Lentz, our friend, pastor of Hillsong, New York, weighed in on the debate about the NFL's attempt to curb protests. So, as you know, this week, the NFL released an announcement saying, in part, that a club will be fined by the league if its personnel are on the field and do not stand and show respect for the flag and the anthem, meaning that teams could pass fines on the players who kneel during the anthem to protest racial injustice. Well, Hillsong New York pastor Carl Lentz was among the voices speaking out about the policy. In a series of tweets, he wrote, "The NFL has to be in the running for the most tone-deaf, unaware organization in business. These guys are still talking about players protesting the anthem. Still, even though they are protesting racial inequality and want justice reform, at least get that right while being wrong. The NFL," and then he said, "the NFL doesn't want players kneeling during the anthem to protest police brutality and racial inequality in the justice system because most of its huge white fan base absolutely hates it. That's all this is. They are doing what businesses tend to do, cater to the money." He kept going. Why it's so infuriating to many is that they keep trying to pretend that this is about patriotism. If they would just say, hey guys, stand or we will fire you because you're upsetting some of our fans, at least it can just be what it is. But that would create too many problems. He also referenced another video of police brutality that was released last week, the unjust tasing of Milwaukee Bucks player Sterling Brown, saying, keep in mind, a video was just released today, same day as the NFL's policy that is appalling, unjust, awful, about the exact thing players wanted to see and hear and care about. The NFL, let's make a stand for our anthem. Let's protect our national song. Right, got it. The policy was instantly controversial. The CEO of the New York Jets released a statement saying if anybody on the Jets takes a knee, that fine will be borne by the organization, by me, not the players. There are some big, complicated issues that we're all struggling with, and our players are on the front lines. There will be no club fines or suspensions or any sort of repercussions. Everybody go buy a New York Jets hat.
Nice.
Go Jets.
Because that would literally, as a long-suffering New York Jets fans, that is the only reason to buy a New York Jets hat. I can assure you.
It is really
nothing
a complicated.
cool has happened for the Jets other than since that season of Hard Knocks like 8 years ago when everybody loved.
Man,
Rex
I love
Ryan.
Hard Knocks. I freaking love that show.
It is really a difficult time to care about the NFL. Like I was watching, like between this and the what was it? Real Sports. They were talking about all the the NFL basically hasn't paid out at all with any of the ex-players that have injuries and stuff. Yeah. And it's just like
they're sweeping all the concussion stuff under the rug.
Yeah, it's becoming a little bit of an ethical issue to actually enjoy this, which is hard because we have friends that are in the NFL and it's fun to watch. But
we have actually a co-host of Relevant Sports Podcast is in the NFL actively.
But I mean, not to speak for Sam, but I think he's, aware of a lot of these issues but the thing is it's a lot of the players that are trying to, make changes and make improvements, both on the side of making the league more known for its socially conscious stands against injustice and also making the game safer for kids and players. It's really the owners who are. Most of the owners are, not all of them. I mean, we had, the chairman of the Bears, George McCaskey, the acting owner of the Bears. He's one of the guys, one of the good guys. But, there are some owners that are very vocal that are on the other side. And I feel like it casts the whole league in a negative light, Yeah.
I last year, honestly, I'm just not generally a fan. I don't watch sports to watch sports. I watch my teams. I don't really have an NFL team. So I rarely watch the NFL anyway. But last year, consciously, I didn't watch a game.
Yeah.
It's just really? I'm just too aware of how corrupt of a league it is becoming. I mean, it's just in the stands they're taking are the wrong ones.
I'll tell you, I grew up loving it. And I love the Atlanta Falcons. And one of my very closest friends here in Nashville played for the Tennessee Titans and has ALS. And there's, I'm not making a tie but I will tell you, it has changed how I enjoy the game to watch my friends suffer so greatly from a disease. I mean, it is really
brutal.
Painful.
It's
really brutal. And it has changed how I look at a sport where I go, I'm just not sure it's worth these guys' lives.
Right.
And then the
just
now
don't
the
think
national
it
anthem
is.
thing. Not now the national anthem thing, but the doubling down on
the concussion stuff was coming out. There was a conscious cover up and negligence on the league, intentionally.
Right.
And now the national anthem stuff on top of that negative. It's just wrong.
It is infuriating.
Wrong stand to take right now, guys.
Yeah.
But there's so much money, y'all. That's the thing, right? Across the nation, people are pouring so much money into the NFL that the NFL does not have to change.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? They don't have to change. They should. Y'all are getting me all riled up. They should change. They don't have to because the majority of America is just going to keep buying tickets and buying jerseys and watching on TV because we'd rather be entertained than actually change something that takes away something fun, even if it costs people massively, and it does.
Yeah, right. But I think in fairness, there's got to be a way too where you can support the I mean, this is a whole can of worms that there's lots of opinions on, but at the professional level, I think it's one thing to point to college and to point to children playing a version of the game that is unsafe. There are safe versions of the game, right? You can play flag football, you can change the rules, but for professionals who have made the choice to play and have decided to use that platform to try to make positive change in the country. There's a way to support those individuals and the institution that has given that platform because out of all of the major sports, they're the ones who put themselves right into the middle of a national conversation that need to be had. And so to take away their platform, I don't know if that's the right thing, but there's certainly ways to view how you support the whole institution in a more ethical way.
I'm not saying get rid of the NFL. I love the Falcons. My parents purchased me for Christmas chairs from the Georgia Dome before it was torn down that are on my porch. Like, I am a Falcons fan. I just want it to be safe. And I don't feel like, I just feel like it feels like too big of a ship to turn.
Yeah, well, I mean, the irony is this isn't the first time this discussion has been had. I mean, Theodore Roosevelt made playing football illegal. It was against the law at one point in this country to play tackle football because too many college kids were dying. And what they did is they changed the rules. They changed the size of the field. Part of the reason we have passing and part of the reason that first downs are now 10 yards instead of shorter distances is because the president stepped in and said the game is too dangerous. It has to change. This is a conversation that's been had at a different point in U.S. history, and it might be time to revisit it. But this isn't, I guess my point is this isn't a new conversation, and there are ways to improve the game because it's been done in the past.
Well, and back to the original issue, the original point of this, in case you missed it, it's just that the concussion issue and the harm to the players issue. I feel like it's fluid and they're everybody's learning and there's some complexity to it, but not to ban kneeling just feels unconscionable. I can't believe that they made as a rule that players could not peacefully protest.
Right.
I mean, how is that?
But the NBA did it. But the NBA did the exact same thing. It's just that,
did they?
They and the Players Association agreed. but they said that they would allow for their players to be vocal on social and political issues. But they said, that they have a rule that players can't do that too. So I'm not saying that makes me think one way or the other about it. I think players should, if they feel like that's that's what they should do. I don't feel like anyone should have any objection to it, but I do feel like there are different standards across different leagues, and partly it's just that the NFL. The difference is the NBA got with the players and said, is this okay? If we do this, where it's now in the NFL, it's owners versus players, and owners seem to have this mentality, like one of the owners said, that this is, he literally used the phrase, we don't want to let the inmates run the prison. The mentality that the NFL goes in. The mentality that the NFL takes with its approach to the Players Association and the owners is one that is extreme, is the most problematic part, I feel like is at the root of what's going on here. Like Carl said, for a lot of the owners, it's not about politics, it's about money, and they don't want to hurt their bottom line, where the players want to use their platform to advocate change. And the NFL has botched an opportunity to do something positive at every turn. And this is just the latest example of it.
You should host a sports podcast.
Now Eddie's not the only salty one on the show. Join in the ranks.
This issue gets me fired up. All three of
us. Cameron, you're the only one that's still not salty. Get on board.
I'm not salty. I voted with my dollars and I didn't watch one game last year. What are you doing about it?
Well, like I said, but that's why it's complicated, right? Because like some of these players, for a lot of the players that are on the front lines of this change, this is their livelihood, and this is their platform. And that's what makes it so complicated.
Yeah, but it's not going to affect the contracts. It's going to affect the profit of the league and the teams. If fans start turning their back to it and saying, we're not okay with this, and we're not going to engage your product, they're still going to sign player contracts. So the salary cap's not going to bottom out in 1 year, but like you feel a pinch on the bottom line, and I think money makes the world go round. Vote with your dollars. Like, don't tune in, don't buy the gear, and then and be vocal about why you're not supporting it. And I guarantee you that will make more change than just tweeting or whatever. But like don't engage the product. I don't know.
It'll be interesting.
Maybe do both.
I think it's going to happen at some point.
It's both.
I think the reckoning of the NFL is going to be when there's a huge story in the news about Pepsi pulls out of Super Bowl advertising because they don't want to be associated with.
I mean, look what the Parkland kids did with they started to call out the supporters of the NRA. They called out the Laura Ingraham show. They started to call out the sponsors, and they made it not okay to put your money behind this sort of propaganda. And guess what? I'm just trying to sell products here. I don't want to turn off consumers, and so I will pull out of controversial areas. And if Pepsi will pull out of the NFL if there's enough of a backlash saying we will not buy Pepsi because you support
they
this.
Just don't want to be associated with. I mean, that's how Bill O'Reilly. That's how he eventually. And so I'm not making a statement on Bill O'Reilly, though. I'm more than happy to, but that is why ultimately
give us a summary.
That's ultimately why he's not on Fox, is because just advertisers started pulling out, and so it's and this is, if it's run by capitalism, it can be solved by capitalism.
It already happened with Papa John's. Papa John's was the pizza sponsor of the NFL or whatever, and people weren't comfortable with Papa John's kind of wading into the political conversation in the way that they did. And it damaged their brand in a lot of ways, and that's why they're no longer the pizza sponsor. And Peyton Manning is selling his Papa John's franchises.
Prayers up for Peyton Manning. Ben.
I hope he makes it.
No, I'm not saying I'm just saying he's it's not worth it. Why,
Yeah, no, we know. Yeah, I'm with you. That's fascinating.
Lastly, in case you missed it, Amazon's Alexa can now bless your food and help you find a church. The Church of England recently launched a new program for Alexa that allows users to ask the digital assistant to read a daily prayer, quote scriptures like the 10 Commandments, and even bless their meal. They explained that the new skill enables millions of users to ask the Church of England for prayers, explanations of the Christian faith, and location-based information about local church events and services. You can activate the program by saying, Alexa, open the Church of England. They plan on creating a version of the program for Google Play next.
You know what I like is that probably because you just said it.
Yeah.
Somewhere, somebody listening in England just had their Alexa pinged.
The worst thing that I love SNL, but right after the musical performance, I have a HomePod, and right after the musical performance, the host guy comes on, or the whatever when it's going to commercial, and then he goes, Casey Musgraves just played. And he goes, hey, Siri, play Casey Musgraves as they go to commercial. And sure enough, Casey Musgraves starts playing on my speaker.
Weird, isn't it?
I hate that.
Do all of y'all have Alexa or HomePod things? Do all three of y'all or four of y'all, Chandler?
Yeah.
I have a HomePod. I don't trust them. I don't trust them.
I don't either, Jesse. I don't trust them. They're listening to you all the time. I don't want that in my house.
What are the theological implications if I'm sitting around my dinner table with my family and I'm like, okay, guys, time to bless the food. And we all hold hands. I'm like, Alexa, please bless our food. Does that count as a prayer? If you're in agreement, God hear that if it's a robot?
Yeah, if you're in agreement.
If
your spirit is agreeing with the words.
A robot.
I don't know. I'm just saying it's an interesting theological
you have a quick
kind of
answer for that, which I'm not really sure you've thought through.
Hold on, think about it. Hold on. If I'm at church and the pastor is praying over the congregation,
who is a human with a soul.
Somebody wrote the prayer. A human wrote the prayer. Alexa's just reciting it.
A human with a soul.
Wait. What is the difference between hearing the sermon that was recorded on Thursday and you're all praying on Sunday in front of a TV? It's all just zeros and ones saying words.
Yeah. And Alexa is just reciting what a human wrote and put into the Alexa.
Yeah, it's one thing if Alexa's AI thought of a way to engage God, but it's not. It's just she's just reading a thing that somebody else wrote. Yeah.
What's the difference?
That is
I'm not out on it. I'm just saying everybody came in hot with real opinions without really thinking it through.
I'm just saying,
maybe my brain thinks things through really quickly.
I've got
get out of here.
That is gotta be the next time we get to chat with Science Mike.
Yeah.
The question is, can robots pray, or will they ever be able to pray?
Well, theoretically, it's not that far removed, right? If you
do Alexa's prayers count?
No, Alexa isn't praying. Alexa is playing a written piece of data or content that was programmed into the app.
Could you have a robot worship leader? And would you be able to, because they just get up there and play their little songs and then say their things?
Thinking that the robot's worshiping, but you are singing along with the robot and you are worshiping.
Like listening to any recording. It's like the same thing.
Dude, this is weird.
Is it just like listening to any recording, though? I don't know.
Because it's not that far away from saying, Alexa, I want prayer for this, this, and that, and pray for my uncle for this.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it can use an algorithm to choose like different parts of prayers and piece together its own prayer using artificial intelligence.
Alexa, pray for me is different than Alexa saying a prayer that you are listening to and in agreement with, and you are essentially praying yourself. You know what I mean? But Alexa, pray for me. No, I don't know. Alexa can't pray for you and like bless you or whatever. But if Alexa is just saying words that then your spirit can connect with, and you are praying through those words, then what's the difference?
We're saying God could not internalize or hear an AI generated offering.
No, there's no soul. Alexa doesn't have a soul.
Man, we're really getting into it.
Yeah, that's where I am struggling with it too. I mean, I'm not questioning God's ability to hear. I'm actually not bringing God into this at all. I'm purely saying, can an Alexa say a prayer?
I don't even pray to God.
I don't know why y'all even brought him into this.
Wait, hold on. We're talking about praying to God. I thought we were talking about praying to Alexa. I am totally lost there. Alexa, please don't take over society. Please don't kill me, Alexa.
Oh, God.
Please don't kill me in my sleep, Alexa.
We got to keep on.
All right. Well, that'll do it for in case you missed it. Stay tuned. Up next, Austin Channing Brown joins us.
Finally home on our own. Finally yours. Finally home, finally yours. Anytime I'm with you, I feel a feeling I can't even no. Anytime I'm with you, I know I never gotta be alone. No. Look me in the eyes, I don't want no lies. I just wanna know, is you really mine? I don't want no games, I just wanna lay with you by my side. Is you down to ride?
You're listening to What Up RG. The song is Yellow Paint. This new one from Reach. It's good. At the beginning of the podcast, you heard Churches with their new one, Graffiti. Austin Channing Brown is a writer, speaker, and an activist who is a leading voice for racial justice and racial reconciliation in the church. In her new book, I'm Still Here, Black Dignity in the Age of Whiteness, she discusses how oftentimes words about racial justice don't match up with the actions in many churches, and explains paths to correct the way many Christians approach racial equality. We recently spoke with Austin about the book and why all Christians should be advocates for justice. What's a quick summary or your thoughts on the book, Eddie?
A book.
What'd you say?
Just a book. I mean,
a book?
Wonderful book. Lovely.
Oh, my
there you go.
gosh.
Wonderful book.
There you
Lovely.
go. Thank you.
That's what we were looking for.
It's I was just looking for a way to minimize a beautiful piece of art into one or two words, and I think I did it. A book.
You could have said a beautiful piece of art.
Yeah.
That would have done
That
it.
would have been too long for Jesse. He really liked one or two words.
Again, for some
That's
reason,
only four.
adding an adjective to describe something is minimizing it. I don't want to call this book wonderful. I don't want to, it's like, it's
Life-changing.
Yeah, you're modified. Yeah, either way.
Here's our conversation with Austin Channing Brown.
In general, can you talk to me about the chapter names and kind of the bold decision? Like, the very first chapter is called White People Are Exhausting. Like, you didn't pull any punches. Talk to me about that decision.
Yeah, so that chapter title comes from the first line. And through the whole book, I really wanted to be as honest as I could about what it's like to be a Black woman who is navigating dominant culture on a regular basis. And I thought that it has to be truthful from the very first sentence. And I knew that I wanted to start with that story of being a little girl, and that exhaustion was the gateway to me really understanding race. So I was aware of racial difference previous to that moment in the library. So like I knew that my hair was different from all the other white girls in the class. You know, like I knew that there were differences even in culture, like in how white parents were raising their kids versus how I was being raised. I knew there was differences in food. You know, you do that first slumber party and you're like, oh, this is not what's happening in my house. Right. So I was aware of racial difference, but I didn't know what those differences meant to the larger world. And it wasn't until I was just really fed up that I asked my mom, why on earth did you give me this confusing name, right? This name that confuses everybody. And to realize it wasn't just about gender, but it was also about race. And to realize that really is a through line through my life. The exhaustion that I feel trying to teach white people, the exhaustion I feel trying to avoid teaching white people, the exhaustion of the trolls and the hate mail, the exhaustion of the one-upmanship of white people who think they know more about race than I do by calling me a reverse racist or, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the inherent work of trying to figure out what it means to be myself in an institution that doesn't recognize that it's white.
Can you say more about that part?
Yeah. So I've worked at a lot of churches and ministries, and all of them would say that they're Christian. But I don't think all of them would realize that they're also white, that the leadership is white, that the songs they sing are white Christian contemporary songs, that the board members are white, that the majority of staff, teams are white, and that whiteness is uplifted as the way to be. So in some instances, there's a desire for people of color to be present, but not a desire for people of color to change the culture of the organization. And bumping up against that wall, realizing that, let's take an easy one, that worship, that there's no interest in adding gospel music, that there's no interest in singing in Spanish or Mandarin, that there's no, right? Or that if there is, it is on MLK Day or during Hispanic Heritage Month, or right, but that there's no desire for integration. There's no desire for the worship, for lack of a better word, to evolve, to include multiple voices. Right? That's bumping up against a culture that doesn't realize it is white, but is.
Right.
And so that's what I mean, to be a Black woman who is constantly bumping up against that wall. And I don't know, maybe it's not fair to say that they don't know they're white. maybe that's too generous. I don't know. But certainly there are very few organizations that would be outright in saying that we recognize this is a culture that we have built. We like it this way. And if you could just come hang out and diversify us in numbers, that would be great.
Did you feel any pushback or any subconscious need to make the book palatable for all the white people, all the ones who would have feelings?
So many feelings.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I was very particular about who my publisher would be. And during the process of choosing a publisher, I had multiple interviews where they got to ask me more questions about my book proposal, and then I got to ask them questions. And that process was very helpful for me to determine who really understood what I was trying to do and who just wanted a part of what I was trying to do, but ultimately wanted me to tone it down and become as universal as possible.
Right.
And I was pretty clear that this was going to be a book. I was not going to be universal. It wasn't going to be for everybody. That my audience is very particular in that it's for folks who are already passionate about racial justice, who just have questions or who have a hard time seeing what it looks like on a daily basis, right? Seeing it beyond the KKK numbers, if you will. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to make a book that clarified what white supremacy looks like in regular daily life, and particularly for Black women. I feel like there were a lot of books that exist where Black men talk about what it's like to experience race in America, and I think that's important. But I really wanted to do one that's really centered the experiences of Black women and other women of color.
Can you talk to me more about like how we can make a better distinction, have a better kind of working definition between reconciliation and then diversity or even inclusion?
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to cheat on this, and I'm going to say that I'm totally going to cheat and say that every single person who still wants to use this phrase reconciliation needs to read Radical Reconciliation, the book. Mm-hmm. Because I think we cheat ourselves, number one, by not really diving into what we mean when we say reconciliation.
Yeah.
And the fact that we make those terms interchangeable with diversity and inclusion and a million other words is deeply problematic. And so we have to know what we're talking about.
Right.
Because those words are not interchangeable. I tell you, there's a lot of people who won't even use the word reconciliation anymore because it has been so watered down and so overused and underdone.
So there is a line, it might be in the very last paragraph. You write, "How dare I consider surrender simply because I want the warmth of the sun? This warmth has not been promised to me. My faith does not require it."
Yeah.
I had a lot of feelings about that. Can you talk to me about just those 3 sentences? And I feel like my first inclination is, haven't we been promised it? You know what I mean?
Sort of. Right. So again, I want to anchor this whole chapter in like our daily lived experience. Mm-hmm. So I think about like Ida B. Wells, who worked really, really hard to get Congress to pass an anti-lynching law. And it never happened.
Right.
She risked her whole life. She had to move. She had to, just like pick up everything and run because she was being targeted because of her journalism and what she was writing and how she was exposing what was really happening. And she never got what she set out to accomplish. Mm-hmm. There's never been an anti-lynching law that Congress has passed that I'm aware of. But her work still mattered. I think that there are moments in history. I think we got one. I think Barack Obama becoming president.
Yeah.
I think we got to experience one. But I don't think that discounts the days when Martin Luther King Jr. or Malcolm X was assassinated, or, the bills that didn't get passed, or the times that the officer got paid leave, right? Like, again, all the ways that our hope fails us. Mm-hmm. And so because the officer got off this time, does that mean I stop hoping? Does that mean I stop waiting? Does that mean right? Like, well, no.
Right.
The fact that, and that's really what I mean. I don't mean that, again, like that all things won't be made right eventually. But what if I never get to see it, right? What if I don't get to see it? What if I don't get to see what I hope for? Does that mean that everything I worked for is wrong? Or does that mean I should stop working? So I only work if I get to see the results that I want to see, the results that I hope for? Mm-hmm. No. It's still my responsibility to do what I can do here and now. And that's really what I mean. But yes, I absolutely do believe that one day all things will be made right. Mm-hmm. I just don't know if that will happen in my lifetime or if that will happen 100 years after I'm already gone.
That was Austin Channing Brown. Stay tuned. Up next, your feedback. listening to Leatherette. The song is Shell Suit Attack. It's time for your feedback. Okay, last week on the question of the week on Wednesday's show, if you're still catching like when's the different stuff, on the Wednesday episode of the podcast, we do the editorial question of the week. On the Friday edition of the podcast, we do our listener of the week. So on last week's Wednesday episode, we asked you, what is the funniest thing you've ever witnessed at a wedding? We got talking about the royal wedding, and it got us thinking about weddings. And the funny hats at the royal wedding got us thinking about maybe the funniest thing you've ever seen at a wedding. You guys hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast. You also posted your longer stories on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com. Here's a few of our favorites.
Jeremiah Dowling had my least favorite one, and I'm not dogging on Jeremiah.
Yeah.
But at our wedding, I guess I am. Sorry. At our wedding, for the toast, instead of champagne, we gave everyone little small slices of toast and didn't tell them what it was for until the speech. Every wedding deserves a good pun. I know, but also we really like the champagne.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Everybody had to hold up pieces of bread.
Plus, I think they knew when they saw the toast. They're like,
oh, there's a toast.
I see there'll be,
it's a toast.
Toast.
Either way, Jeremiah, I hope you got a good
But when you
chocolate.
sit down at a plate, the little piece of bread, you're eating early in the dinner.
Yeah, you're thinking
who's holding on to the toast to the end like it's dessert?
They probably passed out toast like you passed out champagne at the end.
Gotcha.
That would be my guess.
Yes, I think that's right.
Platter.
Yeah, and everybody's been sitting there not able to go to the bar for the last half hour because you're in the middle of dinner.
Listen, if they're doing a toast with actual toast, there was no bar.
Wedding.
Trust me,
There's no open bar. Yeah.
Point.
This is a
nobody's been able to go get
wedding for sure.
a cheer wine. In
they have
while.
lemonade. They have lemonade. That's what they have.
They do. It's a Chick-fil-A catered wedding.
Okay, so Dylan said that him and his wife had a really fun idea that they would give everyone water balloons and they would let them throw the water balloons at them as they exited the wedding. They would run as fast as they could through the splash zone gauntlet of water balloons, but then jump into a pool.
You're going to throw it at the other guests. Oh, okay.
And then jump into a pool and swim away. I'm having trouble picturing the property this wedding was held on. But anyway, that was the plan. They said it was all fun and games until they realized how difficult it is to swim in a tuxedo and a wedding dress. It sounds like someone had to save the wife because, a wedding dress is made for swimming. It reminds me of a viral video I saw one time of like a husband and wife they got married on a boat and they decided to jump off. And she sank, like the dress just engulfed her and people had to go save her. Going swimming in a wedding dress is a terrible idea. It's a giant trap. It is like one of the in the cartoons where they throw
literally a wedding dress in a lake is a trap. It is trapping you.
It's like when they throw one of those nets on people in like the old cartoons and it just sits on their head like they can't get out. That's literally what this is in reverse, except you're sinking in water. It's horrifying.
And my thing is like if they're doing a run, they're running through like the gauntlet. Most of those balloons are missing the couple and hitting the person on the other side.
Yeah.
You didn't sign up to go to this wedding to get drenched.
No, it's a whole to do.
It's a whole thing.
I would be so tempted, if they got married by some old priest or something who's waiting, who's doesn't want to be a part of the shenanigans and he's standing off, a few hundred yards away. I would just try to bomb one at him right there and be like, oh, sorry, man, that one really got away from me. I was aiming for the wife and I nailed you. The old curmudgeonly priest. I don't know why he's in this wedding. I'm sure he wouldn't do it, but anyway.
Okay, this one on Twitter from Jimmy Barrow is that he said he was at a wedding just 2 days ago where a monkey got loose and ran down a table, jumping onto a man's back. He thought it was a squirrel and took it upon himself to kill it. But just in time, the monkey's owner saved the pet. It was like a therapy animal. A monkey at a wedding? Have y'all ever?
I didn't know that, but I didn't know it was a therapy animal. Yeah. An officially licensed therapy animal. Wow.
You put a vest on anything and it becomes a therapy
animal. If you're a therapy animal, what are you running down the table and jumping on backs for? That's not a well-trained therapy animal.
No way.
No, it's not.
That was 2 days ago.
Wow. No, I would tell my therapist the things that really kind of lightens me up when I'm stressed out. When I'm stressed out and having social anxiety is if a monkey starts running around causing mischief. Can I get one?
Can I get one?
Dude, monkeys are no joke, though. A grown chimpanzee kill you in an instant.
Oh, yeah.
Chimp?
Jesse's almost...
a gorilla can
Jesse
for sure,
was almost part of a chimpanzee murder.
Oh, yeah, chimpanzee.
I know. I had a friend.
Sweet, but
I think didn't I tell that story just a few weeks ago? Didn't I?
No.
About the guy who went on the date.
No. Tell it.
Okay,
What? No, I would remember this. Go.
So I had a buddy.
I remember a guy going on a date. Tell me everything.
I had a buddy in college who like we were hanging out once. He like came back to the dorm or whatever, and he just had like a really weird look on his face. I'm like, dude, what happened, man? And he's like, I just I don't think things are gonna work out with me and the girl I'm dating. Because her dad has a monkey son. And I'm like, what? I'm like, wait, what? He goes, yeah, it's real weird, man. It's real weird. It's getting dangerous.
No.
He's like, so the first time I go over there,
oh, monkey son.
He goes, the first time I go over there,
I
man.
don't know how this happens to
she's
you.
She's like, hey, there's something you should know before we go out. My family wants to, just be introduced to you, but you should know that my dad has a monkey son, and he really would like for you to be introduced to him because he's a part of the family.
Almighty.
And so like,
I just like
so
they
he's
call
like,
it a monkey son.
Okay. He's like, no, you don't understand. He really loves this monkey. It is like a member of the family. And he's like, all right. So they go into a room in the house, and the monkey is like in a cage. Like he's like a caged giant monkey. And the dad is like, hi, and whatever the monkey's, Pickles or whatever the monkey's name is, he's like, I need you to meet Sean. And at that point, the monkey reached out of the cage and grabbed the top of the dad's head like a basketball and was just palming it. And the dad's like leaning over. He's like, it's okay. He does this all the time, but clearly in pain. And the monkey was demonstrating that he could have popped the dad's head like a melon if he wanted to.
Right.
And like the dad's carrying on a normal conversation. So where are you kids going to dinner tonight? While the monkey is grabbing his head.
Being
okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So that's just the beginning.
gosh.
That's just, so he's like, so eventually he has an awkward conversation. So imagine having a conversation with the father of a girl you're about to take out, and the father's head is in the grips of a monkey. Like that's literally what's happening. So he's like, okay, so eventually the conversation, and he's able to pry himself away from the monkey, but the dad's like he's acting like he's not embarrassed, but clearly it's a weird thing to happen. Right. And so, a couple days later, so they're out to dinner, and Sean asks the girl, he's like, well, hey, what's up with the monkey thing? Like, what? He's like, well, my dad just really has always loved this monkey. He's like, the monkey is like super old, and, it was like, I want to say it was like as old as the daughter. And he's like, but this, she's like, but this particular breed of monkey has like a weird thing. Like in the wild, they always kill the weakest, smallest member of the family. And that's me. So I can't be in the same room as the monkey because that monkey instinctually hates me and wants to kill me. Like the monkey's always wanted to murder me.
Oh my gosh.
And so Sean's like, okay, this is weird. And so anyway, they go on another date, and she's like, Sean, I have to tell you something. Something horrible has happened. And she's like, oh no, what's wrong? He's like, there was an incident with a monkey. So she's like, I'm sitting there, and this is like, she's sitting there like this is the story she tells Sean. She's sitting there at the family office, like working on, a paper or something. We're in college, and she looks in the reflection of the screen, and she sees the monkey in the doorway standing behind her. The monkey has escaped. No. And he silently, I promise, this is what he said. She's like, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh no, there's a monkey that hates me, that's been waiting for a chance to murder me in the doorway behind me. So she said she's just sitting there. She doesn't want to turn around, and she grabs a letter opener in her hand. It's like, okay, I'm about to have a fight to the death. I'm about to have a fight to the death with a monkey, like right here in the family office. So she's sitting there. She's watching all this in the reflection of the monitor. Like she can't turn around. Then she sees her dad's silhouette like sneak up behind the monkey, and she sees her dad slowly take off a belt, and he like reaches back and slaps the monkey with the belt as hard as he can across the back. And she's standing there watching this, and all she hears is it's the monkey scream, because the monkey never saw the belt slap coming. And she says the dad tackled the monkey and used the belt to like apprehend him. And he's like, just get out of here. And she like ran out of the room while he like wrestles the monkey that has just been slapped with the belt. And she's like, telling Sean, she's like, listen, man, things are just really intense at the house right now after the incident and the belt slap. So, and Sean's like, okay, this is too much for me. I didn't even like the girl that much. I'm not getting involved in a family dispute with a monkey that wants to murder that just got slapped with a belt. He's probably even more savage. He's worked his way out of the cage once, so he dumped her, and that was the end of that. But Yeah, you can't trust them. You can't have them in your home. These are jungle beasts.
I can't imagine that you thought you had just told us that story.
Yeah.
I have never heard that story.
Was as unbelievable a story as I've ever heard.
Seriously?
I mean, that is unbelievable. I mean, monkeys are like easily kill people. Like, and I can't believe he hung on. Like, as soon as she said the word monkey son, he would have been waiter, check please. And I would have just leave immediately.
Yeah, as a single woman in the story, I know some stuff to hold back on, and a monkey son is a thing you don't say early in the dating relationship.
Well, it depends on what kind of guy you're going for, because if I was dating a girl, she's like, my dad has a monkey son, I would say, check please. We're going to your house right now. We're going right now. And I'm going to meet your father, and I'm going to meet his son right now.
Oh man.
That is insane.
Absolutely insane.
That's literally, that's the only word. That's insane.
Sean Orth, I don't know if you're listening, man, but it's crazy.
Pal.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sean, you've dated some real winners, buddy.
Okay, well, that'll do it for last week's feedback. There's a lot more stories where those live. Go check them out. It'll be worth your while.
You know, there's certain moments on this show where you just realize we're done.
We're just going to wrap that
We've done
segment
all
there.
we can do right now. It is time to end the show.
Yeah.
When
We
a
can't
monkey
offer
son
you
is
any
getting
better
cracked
than
in the
that.
back with a belt on,
I think we're just good.
Yeah, we're
Just
done on
insane.
feedback. Okay, it's time for this week's
editorial question of the week.
Well, earlier in the show, I shared a very intimate detail of my life. The day that Stephen Baldwin crawled into a bed while I was playing poker
with a skateboard.
I hate that story.
No context needed. That's all.
I hate it so much.
It got us thinking. For this week's question of the week, we want to know your weirdest Christian celebrity encounter. Sadly, that is not my weirdest Christian celebrity encounter, but I will hold those stories for another day. But we want to know your weirdest Christian celebrity encounter. Hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast, or you can write your longer stories on the podcast episode page.
The fact that we know what's Christian celebrity even means. I mean, just that whole phrase.
A celebrity who
we all
is big in the Christian industry, maybe?
Yeah. Even
so we're not talking like Chris Pratt. I'm not talking like a believer who's a real celebrity.
Yeah, we're talking,
We're talking
Wait,
Nashville.
it can't be that. It can't be a believer who's a celebrity for another.
It's a Christian
you want someone
industry
who's
celebrity.
In the faith space.
In the culture, they're a celebrity.
It's a Nashville celebrity, a Christian bubble celebrity.
Settle down.
I mean, where do you?
They don't all live here.
Who doesn't live there?
Well, Colorado Springs has a few.
Yeah, a few Colorado Springs.
Third Day lives in Atlanta. Does that count?
It is up.
Okay.
This should be good. Well, many thanks to Austin Channing Brown for joining us. You can get her new book, I'm Still Here, Black Dignity in the Age of Whiteness, endorsed by Eddie Koffoltz of eddieKoffoltz.biz.
Incredible.
Terribly endorsed.
It's a really great book.
Follow her on Twitter at Austin Channing. Hey, and while you're online, head over to iTunes and leave a review of the show if you like it. If you don't like the show, keep it to yourself. But if you like the show, leave a review and it helps other people find the episode. It helps the show. And also, while you're online, head over to relevantmagazine.com. The new issue of Relevant is actually going to the printer this week. It's exciting. We'll tell you more about it soon. The current issue with Aubrey Plaza is out now. Charlemagne the God's in it. A lot of great artists and thoughtful content. Check it out. You can view it online at relevantmagazine.com. You can also subscribe there as well. There's a good deal going on now. And on that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Eddie Koffoltz.
I'm Chandler Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Annie F. Downs.
We'll see you guys on Friday.
Thank you for listening to the Relevant Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Check out other shows from the Relevant Podcast Network in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, browse exclusive podcast merchandise at our online store. Make sure to subscribe to Relevant Magazine. Info is available at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
Was always an illusion. Time stood still, and now we never will, never will. Wrote our names along the bathroom walls, graffitiing our hearts across the stalls. I've been waiting for my whole life.
Then all she hears is,
Relevant Podcast Network.
Time is precious, and so are our pets. So time with our pets is extra precious. That's why we started Dutch. Dutch provides 24/7 access to licensed vets with unlimited virtual visits and follow-ups for up to 5 pets. You can message a vet at any time and schedule a video visit the same day. Our vets can even prescribe medication for many ailments, and shipping is always free. With Dutch, you'll get more time with your pets and year-round peace of mind when it comes to their vet care.
Go to Dutch.com to get vet care that is always there for just $92 a year.